What's going on? It's your boy Eric, aka Young God, coming to you live in the Pink Dungeon, giving it to you real raw rugged. And I just want to make this video really quickly. Just want to put a disclaimer. This is a very uninformed opinion about abortion. Now, this has always been like one little thing that I've been kind of on the fence with. Like I've never really like was on either side because basically I could see both sides of the argument. I was like, I get it. So the reason I make this video is because the whole Alabama bill that passed that basically makes abortion almost damn near illegal in almost every scenario, almost. And I see a lot of uproar on the internet, and I just kind of want to talk about it, and mainly wanted to like point out the hypocritical stance in one of the sides, and that's basically the pro-lifers. Now, something I've realized about pro-lifers is their argument is basically, right, we want life to matter, so even if it's coming inside of like the womb still, if it's outside the womb, life should matter. That life shouldn't be taken for granted and murdered innocently. That child hasn't even got a chance to do anything guilty yet, so you're just killing a child that hasn't had a chance to do anything. That's the pro-life argument, right? So maybe I would be way more on board with the pro-life stance if these same pro-life people were with that about every life. But I realized that they're not. And a lot of these pro-life people I don't really know too many like non-pro-life white people. I mean, if you're not white, I don't know too many like non-white pro-life people. I'm pretty sure there's a lot out there, but just the ones that I see a lot of white people. And those people have a lot in common to me. And it's always the same people who would have pro-life in their bio, Blue Lives Matter in their bio, stuff like that in their bio, and what is it, like pro-gun in their bio. It's like it's like they're the same person. It's almost like they were made like a manufacturing department, and they're like, you're going to be MAGA, you're going to be pro-life, going to be pro-gun, you're going to be Blue Lives Matter. It's the same thing. So the reason I want to bring that up, and I think it's hypocritical, is because the same people who would say those sentiments about, life should matter, I don't think that they would agree with the sentiment, the message behind Black Lives Matter. Feel about how you want with the group and the people in it or whatever, but the sentiment behind of what Black Lives Matter is supposed to be, those are the same people that would negate that and say Blue Lives Matter. And I think that's very, very just hypocritical to say that all lives matter, or, like lives matter, this matter. But when somebody talks about the Black life mattering, you don't see it as much as value, because point in case, Trayvon Martin, bro, the way I've seen people demonize Trayvon Martin, the way I've seen people do it like way back in the day, it was crazy, bro. Like I'll bring this up all the time. I will never forget Trayvon Martin just got killed, and they were like digging up his old Facebook post, and they put up a picture of him like flipping off the camera with golds in his mouth, and they was like, this is the guy that you say is a good guy? He looks like a thug. And I'm like, bro, he is dead, bro. That was crazy. And those are the same people, 100% sure I would say pro-life, and that's crazy to me. It's like, yo, he was a child, bro. I always think about that case, bro, because if somebody came up on me late at night that I don't know, questioning who I am, where I'm supposed to be at, I'm going to be defensive. So anything that happened after that, bro, I shouldn't even be held accountable. If I kill that nigga, beat that nigga, whatever, bro, if a nigga approach me late at night asking me questions, not even like, hey, I'm lost, this and that, but if a nigga come questioning me, like, I'm going to be defensive. So whatever happened, that nigga take offense, that nigga want to throw hand, whatever, that's how it is. So that's a whole nother video for a whole nother case. But I just wanted to bring that out because I feel like that's very hypocritical to bash Trayvon Martin and try to dig up stuff, a dead man, make him a suspect. But when a baby's involved or this is involved, like when it fits your agenda, it's like, oh, we're going to stick with this. But if these are the same people like fighting for human rights, for Muslim rights, and going like, come on, bro, I would maybe on the board, bro. If they was out here in the streets fighting for Muslim people and black people and whoever else, man, just really going hard, I'd be like, all right. But these pro-lifers aren't the same people fighting for those innocent lives, like I don't see that. These are the people that are demonizing Black Lives Matter. These are people that are demonizing Muslim people. So how am I supposed to get on board with your logic when I'm a black person and I don't see you benefiting my cause at all? It's only benefiting your agenda, because when it comes to people of my color, it's like you use us when it only fits your agenda. Like, oh, if anything, you should be mad at all these black babies getting killed. But do you really care about these black babies, or do you care about them when it fits your agenda? Like, oh, if anything, you should be worried about all these black people getting killed in Chicago. Do you really care about the problem in Chicago and the problems across the hood? Or are you just using it because it benefits your agenda? Like, come on. Like, that's really crazy to me. And I don't feel like a lot of people actually care. People don't really care about black people, bro. I've been telling people that for the longest. People don't care about Muslim people either, bro. People don't care about us at all. Like, none. They don't care. They only care when it's popular or when it fits their agenda. When Trump banned the Muslims, we care about Muslims so much. Obama got them hitting the drone, hitting the drop on every Muslim country there is. You ain't hear not a peep from your Twitter timeline or nothing. So it's like, bro, they really don't care, bro. So it just really shows me nobody actually has a genuine heart, man. Because if these pro-life people did, you would see them at Black Lives Matter rallies. You see him at the Eric Holder rally. Eric Garner, excuse me. Eric Holder. Eric Garner though. That's the dude that got choked out. I can't breathe if I'm not mistaken, right? You would see them at the rallies like that, but you don't, bro. You only see them when it fits their thing. And it's really crazy because I feel like those white people who are very super conservative, they lack empathy. They can't seem to empathize with people. So when they see, I don't know, Chicago, when it's not fitting their narrative at all, when they're not talking about it from a narrative or agenda perspective, they're, oh, these niggas killing each other, need to be in jail. Like, it's no type of empathy on what type of structure that's out there in Chicago, out there in any hood in America. Like, there's no type of empathy ever talked. It's always just like statistics. Like, if I'm talking to you about black problems and you start throwing out statistics, that's the first thing you start throwing out statistics, you lacking empathy, bro. Like, I'm talking about humans and you start throwing out numbers and stuff. Like, bro, we talking about things that are way deeper than numbers, stuff that numbers can't ever explain. Like, yeah, they might help explain certain things, but when you just start throwing out numbers, and it's like, bro, you look at me as a number, you look at me as a statistic, you don't look at me as a human. So I don't know, it's just really weird to me. That's one thing that I really want to point out. And the pro-choice people as well, there's certain extremes on that side. Like, I remember this one Instagram post where this girl was like, if you need an abortion, go ahead, get one. Get 2, get 3, get 4, get 5, get 6. I was like, all right, if you need that many abortions, you average a triple-double in abortions, you might need to calm down. You might need to stay in the house a little bit. So it's extremes on both sides, but just the pro-life, I think, it really bothers me because if, like I said, if they were on a board for just pro-life for everybody, they was in the streets fighting for black people, you know what I'm saying? Like, if these pro-life people, if they were standing with the Black Panthers, you know, if they were standing with Black Panthers, no, these were the people that were fighting against Black Panthers. How am I supposed to support people fighting against Black Panthers? I can't, bro. I can't. How am I supposed to support people that was fighting against Huey P. Newton? How am I supposed to fight against? I mean, how am I supposed to stand with people that was fighting against Fred Hampton? How? I can't, bro. I can't do that, you know? So it's like, if you were in the streets dying and fighting for like I said, Muslim, Black lives, all of these lives, bro, then I'd be like, you know, you actually care. And when you talk about these babies, you really genuinely care about it. You care about everybody, not even if it fits your agenda or not. You just care about life because you are a pure human. I would rock with it, but it doesn't come across as purity. It come across as I feel like everything is like that. It's like everybody has a side agenda. I made that video already. Everybody has a side agenda for everything. It's not, I want to do this because I really care about humanity. It's always some extra to it. So I think that's crazy. And then also, of course, there are no women voting on this. And I feel like you have to have that. I always talk about when white people talk about nigga issues, black people issues, like, bro, you sound like you know what you talking about, don't you? Around some white people with some black people stuff. And it's like, what are you talking about? That goes back to when I was watching the Fox News episode when bro was talking about colorism. And he was like, colorism is stupid and colorism doesn't make any sense. It's like, all right, bro. It's like, bro, you're a white man telling me that colorism isn't a thing. Like, you've never had experience that a day in your life. So so it's just like, you need people that actually is directly affected by the issues talking about it. So I feel like, of course, you need women talking about that abortion problem, signing that bill saying yes or no. You need women in there. You don't need all white men. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing so many white men connected with the KKK. How am I supposed to support these pro-lifers, bro? How, bro? How, Sway? They don't got the education. They don't got the empathy, bro. They don't. How am I supposed to do it? These aren't pure people, bro. These are not pure people. If your daddy, granddaddy connected with the KKK, bro, how am I supposed to be connected, bro? Because they taught you them values that your daddy, your granddad, they pass some values down to you, big brother. They pass that down to you. So how am I supposed to be connected and stand with something that's not pure? That's how I am, bro. That's why I have a lot of friends, because I feel like a lot of people aren't pure. A lot of people aren't real people. People are just curated by social media and weird things. I want genuineness and pureness. I want somebody to match that with me, and I feel like there's not a lot of that. So it just stems right. I mean, it ties back into this abortion problem, bro. It's like a lot of people are just putting their own 2 cents in, but it's coming from not a good place. It's coming from a side agenda, and it's just nobody's pure, bro. So I feel like there needs to be an honest and pure conversation on this abortion thing. Just meet in the middle somewhere, because obviously nobody's not gonna be pleased by it. And I don't know. I'm done. I'm rambling at this point. I just want to talk about that. And yeah, man, if you're a white person watching this, just know that just try to have empathy, man. That's all I'm saying. Black people, try to have empathy. I don't really stress on black people having empathy too much, because I feel like sometimes black people are really forgiving. They're almost too forgiving at certain points. Like a black mom's son could get killed, and they'll like love and say, I forgive the killer, and hug the mama, like really forgiving people. I don't know if that's within the culture. I don't know if that stems back from slavery. I don't know what that is, but it just, people in general, man, if you're watching this, try to have empathy for others. Try to be understanding, and yeah, that's really all I gotta say, man. It's just care for people, man. You know what I'm saying? Just really care for people, because it's not a lot of time on earth, man. So love the people around you, and actually try to find people that love you and reciprocate it back to them. So until next time, I say what I mean what I say. Haters gonna hate, players gonna play. You guys holla at your boy.